Hey guys, Anime Gypsy here with another Shokugeki no Soma review, this being of chapter 246. And I won't be BSing you guys, but I think this chapter was underwhelming. I didn't think that Erina's dish was that good. I thought it honestly lacked quality compared to the previous dishes shown in this Shokugeki. I honestly think that she is nowhere near Momo's tier, and I've had so much faith in her character development. I honestly thought that, and characterization, which includes ability. I honestly thought that she would have uh, just an unbelievable array of abilities, but this dish just showed us that in terms of abilities and the in the kitchen, as far as we know, she isn't faring very well when it comes to flexibility because almost the two dishes we have seen her cook like legitimately both were egg-based dishes. The first one being the king the king eggs Benedict. The king of eggs Benedict was the first one, and then this one is soufflé les gardes de grace, which I believe soufflé les gardes de grace in French, according to Google Translate, means a light breath, which reflects on the dish and how the dish has a light texture and would have thusly a smooth sort of flavor that is not too powerful and that's like the star of the dish. But just no, putting two souffles on top of one another and bean paste in the middle with some flowers as decoration, no, that isn't gonna cut it. But I do think that Erna's gonna win, and I'm gonna mention why when I go through what happened this chapter and my thoughts. Now, the first thing that happened this chapter, I call it the Momo rave. You see her social media accounts. I believe you see Twitter and Instagram, and you see all those pictures of her posing and all of those pictures and people talking about her. And I'm not sure if you guys realize this, but there is a panel at the bottom of that page that has the Eiffel Tower in the background, which is an indication of international fame, which makes sense considering the fact that she has, well, let's just call it a fashion slash trend detector, where she knows where the wind is blowing before it even does. She knows what's going to be popular before it does. She knows that sort of stuff, which gives her the element, which gives her an element of street smarts, street cred. Well, not street cred, street smarts. She's able to predict people's trendy interests basically before they even know it. Now, that and this, and you also have the second something that happened later is that she gave her just enormous castle to the audience, showing that she knows how to work with a crowd, she knows how to entertain a crowd, and I'm guessing that's the only reason why she created a castle of that side, aside from intimidation, because I'm sure a part of it was trying to intimidate Erina, creating that cake of a castle, literally, that is taller and bigger than she actually is. I'm guessing it's an aspect of intimidation which reflects on her character and an aspect of, just playing with the audience. Because if you're gonna give your audience food, that's an amazing way to interact with the audience. And it just makes sense that way. Now, we have this is where we first see Erina cooking, and I got really excited. I got really excited. I really did, especially when I found out. Actually, no, not especially. I got intrigued when I found this out. When she's actually baking against the foremost pastry master of Totsuki Academy, uh, I was like, okay, that's interesting. Is there a bit more to it? I mean, if you're going to bake against if you're gonna bake against Momo, you got some massive cajones. Erina has some massive cajones because you don't just bake against the foremost master of pastry in Totsuki Academy and expect to, yeah. No, just no. It's BS. That's straight up BS because she's better at bakery than Tsukasa is. No, and Erina isn't Tsukasa level. Not even close. I honestly think that Erina is going to end up with either the third seat or the second seat after this arc is over. I think the first seat is going to be reserved to Ishiki. I honestly think Ishiki is going to win this. I don't think Soma is going to beat Tsukasa and get the first seat yet. I think he will eventually, but not yet, no. Now, Erina baking is, again, a big deal, but I really like how Alice reacts to it. She's like, "Oh, the plot thickens," and just like that made my day because it is just hearing a fictional character saying something like this. Because of course this is part of the plot, and also it's a popular thing to say, and the trend. It's a very trendy thing right now. It's basically a meme, or meme-ish. So that's interesting, and we get another thing going after that, which is the judges say, "Oh yeah, she's the key to Asami's plans," which we have heard before. Nakiri Asami has stated that she is the centerpiece of his plan. How? I don't know, and this is why I'm questioning this. This is why I'm questioning this because he has better chefs than Aaron. Okay, better chefs than Aaron. He is a better chef than Aaron. His butler, that guy that you see right next to him all the time, I guarantee you he's a better chef than Erina. You have Tsukasa, he's a better chef than Erina. Rindo, easily better chef than Erina. You have, I mean, yeah, I could go on, but Erina, who was just had the 10th seat in the Elite 10, proving that she wasn't that top notch. She was still top notch for having a seat, but she wasn't that top notch when it comes to the elites. She was at the bottom of the barrel, so to speak, when it comes to the elite 10 students. So for her to suddenly move up to the third seat level, I didn't doubt that. I honestly didn't because she had Joichiro's help, and Joichiro. He's the Ashura of cooking. Just OPSOB. That is all I have to say about Joichiro Saiba, or Joichiro Yukihira, or Yukihira Joichiro, or Saiba Joichiro, depending on what you prefer. So apparently now we kind of get affirmation that no, she isn't at that level because I honestly think that dish is gonna beat Momo, but she isn't as good a cook as Momo, and I'm gonna explain why later. Trust me. At the end, I'll explain why. Now, the soufflé les gardes de grace has sesame seeds, coffee, butter, and peanut paste in the middle. And of course, it's two soufflés on top of one another, and some baked goods on the side, and some flowers for decoration. Now, if you're gonna put flowers on top like that as a decoration for a dish, you are aiming to win when it comes to appeal. But really, you're gonna do that against someone who made a freaking castle? She already gets the appeal point. She already gets the, some chefs say you eat first with your eyes. You see what's appetizing. If I see those two dishes in front of me, I won't lie, I'm gonna run straight to that cake and take a swan dive right down the center. Just eat my way down. Guarantee you. Now, why I think Momo is gonna ultimately win. That's pretty simple, actually. When chefs create a dish of this size, they sacrifice quality for quantity, and when that happens, you don't have as good a quality a dish as you do. Now, why would Momo do that against Erna? I think that her heart wasn't even into it. I guarantee you, from the expressions that she has been showing this episode, like, yeah, go on, Erina, try your best. Like, what? She's obviously not even worried. And the fact that she's not even worried means that she hasn't even tried her best. Those two alone are reason enough, in my perspective, for me to think that, you know, she isn't giving it her all, and her dish wouldn't be as good if it was regular size. No. So those two factors, along with the fact that in Erina's dish, the star of the dish is the sugar, the Moscavo sugar, um, as opposed to Momo's dish that had that sugar but was just an amazing dish. Just an amazing dish, but the sugar wasn't the star of the dish. Now, yeah, the paste in the middle and the sugar were the stars of the dish according to Erina, and it kind of makes sense when, you know, you have two paddings of souffle and some jello in the middle, some bean paste that has, you know, that sort of stuff. It's kind of like a glorified, you know, those, and I really hate to compare it to this, but you guys know that Taco Bell meal where this taco shell is made out of eggs. It's basically the same deal. It's like a hamburger with two buns that are actually souffles and a glorious middle that is made out of bean paste and and the muscovado sugar. Now I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing this incorrectly, by the way. That is why I think Erna might win, or most likely will win due to plot convenience, due to sorry, not plot convenience, due to these three things that I said. I think Erna will win, but when it comes to Top Chef, Momo by far is the top chef. Now she might recognize Erna like she did Megumi. Sure, she might do that, but I still don't think that. No, she's not top. No. Now, if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you didn't, that's fine with me. Leave a dislike. But if you disagree with me, please comment why down below. I will answer everything. I will comment as well. I will reply to you guys. Guarantee it. Unless there's more than 100 comments, then I won't reply to everyone. But I'll try my best to reply to you guys. And until next time, guys, this is Anime Gypsy, and I'm out.